Hello and welcome, my beautiful, beautiful men. Oh man, I haven't figured out my whole lighting situation. It is not as grand. It'd be perfect if it was right there, but I don't like that backdrop. That's where I eat, guys, and work from. Yeah, this is not like the best lighting, but here we are. Welcome, gentlemen. Welcome, welcome. Yes, of course, I'm in my lingerie. Do you guys notice something different about me? I'll see if you guys can see in the comment section. Um, Let me just scroll through. Welcome. If you're new here, I like to do these live Q&A videos for you guys I never know where to look either, even though I've been doing these forever. I like to do these live Q&A videos for you guys because I think this is a great opportunity for me to connect with you guys. And instead of just like talking at you but not interacting with you, this is a way where I can actually connect with you guys and get to know questions that are on your heart. I know that a lot of the videos that I do are based off of requests and what people are asking, but I can only do so many videos a week. So this is my way to engage with you guys, to come spend 30 minutes with you, 20 minutes with you, and really answer your questions in lifetime. And also just to let me connect and feel your energy. So if you notice something different about me, let me know. Someone just asked, is Andy feeling back to normal? Thank you, Ninja Wolf. So if you're new here, I live in Bali, Indonesia. I do not drive a motorbike here, which everyone does. I have a personal driver and assistant. I call him my house manager because he manages everything. His name is Andy, and he was in a bad accident about a month ago. And I'm so happy to report that Andy is doing well, and he's back to working with me again, and he's driving for me again. And my life is much easier and much more joyful having Andy in it. So thank you guys for asking about him. It actually means a lot to my heart that you guys remembered him. Definitely dyed her hair. You got it. Someone got it. Yes. Thank you, Thomas, for also asking about Andy. Thank you so much. Ninja Wolf says, all right, Arica, I'm ready for you to get flared up with your preaching again. It's so funny. So if you're new to my channel, when I get really passionate, like everyone says, I come across as a preacher, which is really funny because I come from religious upbringing, a Christian upbringing, and I guess just sitting in church all of my life. Although if you listen to my mouth, you're like, has that girl been in a church? One would question that. But yeah, I guess just hearing so many ministers speak all my life, it kind of comes out that way. So it's funny to hear people say that. I'm sure my parents would be very proud to hear that until I start cussing and talking about making women squirt. Okay, so let's see. Derek, that's a great question. Let's get right into this. Derek just asked a really great question, in my opinion. He says, is masturbation, and you're like, and here she goes. Is masturbation during this pandemic considered a good or bad thing? Everything is subject to the person, right? So for me, I believe that masturbation is a very healthy thing because it is you pleasing your body. It's connecting with your own body. I always say, like, how can you love other people if you don't love yourself? And for me, masturbation is a way that we can love on ourselves, that we can bring pleasure to our body. So especially for single men, it's a beautiful way for you to stay connected and for you to have touch. Like I always, I teach my clients this. And when I first tell my clients this, they're just like, Arica, I don't know about that. And I'm like, well, just try it. And the thing is like, you want a woman to touch on you and love on you, but when's the last time you've hugged on yourself? If you want a woman to please you sexually, when's the last time you've pleased yourself sexually? And so what I say with that is, yes, it's very healthy to masturbate during this time. Of course, your body is made for touch. The only way it could become not healthy for you is if you're like obsessive about it and you're jerking off so much you're making your penis raw. Like that probably is a sign that maybe there's something unhealthy going on there. But loving yourself and bringing yourself pleasure is a beautiful, beautiful gift. Just wondering if I should have turned on some lights here. Brian Hardman, hello, my darling. How are you, my angel? Can't wait for our next session. David, oh, wow. David, you know how to flatter a woman. He says, our goddess is about to speak to us. Let us bow to her, to our goddess. Wow, that's very gracious. Ninja Wolf says, scream at us in our faces. Us men like that. Oh, do you? Hi, Kim. I'm so glad. Kim is our faithful woman that comes here. I'm actually following Kim on Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram. If you guys aren't following me, I do live stories a lot. It's at the Arica Angelo. So just my name here, at the Arica Angelo. So Kim, it's fun following you and seeing your pretty selfies. All right. Who has a question for me? Daniel Millsap. I haven't seen your name in here before, so thank you so much for coming here and asking a question. I have a question. How do you know if the woman you're with is not using you when she asked you for help? Ooh, that's a great question. Because Daniel, a lot of the guys that come to my channel are guys who are like nice guys, or guys who get put in the friend zone, or guys who, you know, aren't having sex. And this is always a question that comes up for men, is like, how do you know when a woman is using you? Because let's be honest, some women do use men. The thing is, this is how you know whether or not a woman's with you for you, or if she's just using you. Is this woman personally invested into you? Meaning, does she ask you about you and your struggles and what's going on with your day and what's going on with your work? Does she remember these things? Does she follow up with this? So is she asking about you personally, Daniel, about your personal life? Is she remembering the things that you say? And third, does she follow up? If you say, oh, I have a big meeting coming up this Thursday and I'm really nervous about it. Does she message you on Thursday and says, hey, champ, you have what it takes. You're the mother freaking boss. You're my man. You got this. Is she championing you? Is she deeply interested in your life? If she's not, and if she's asking you to help her, which I'm assuming is a financial help, I'm assuming that that's what is being implied here, then you need to reevaluate the relationship. Listen, people go through financial stuff all the time, especially during these times, you know. So I'm not saying if a woman asks for financial help that all women who ask for financial help are just using you. That's not true. You ask the bank for financial help. You're asking the bank to probably finance your home and your car. Everyone needs help. You're not paying cash for your home or your car. Not everyone is. So I'm not saying that just because she's asking for financial help that she's using you, but if she is not invested in you at all and she's asking for money, that is a red flag, and you need to call that shit out and nip it in the bud ASAP. Yeah, David says, is she sleeping with you? If not, she's using you. It's true. It's true. Felix, is something wrong with me? That, honey, I have no idea who you are, and how would I answer that? You have to get a little bit more specific. Oh, Brian, that's a great question. I am guilty of being a people pleaser. How do I reprogram my brain? You reprogram your brain, Brian, by reprogramming your actions. And your actions are, Brian, one thing I would love to see you do is every day ask yourself, what is one thing that I can do that pleases me today? And writing it down and almost having it as like a personal vendetta for your life. Like, I am purposely going to please myself today. Because if you're not making intentions to do this every day, then it's not becoming a habit. If it's not becoming a habit, then your brain doesn't register as, this is what I do. So start with you. Don't go outside of yourself and go, how do I stop doing this with other people? Instead, shift your focus and go, how do I start doing this for myself? Because most men who please other people typically put themselves on the back burner, and there's a whole psychology behind why you do that, which I'm happy to talk to you about. Let me go back. I have Chris Versandi. I don't think I've seen you here either, so welcome. I've been divorced for almost 5 years and having the hardest time getting back into dating again. Trust me, Chris, you're not alone. It's very common for men. I am 49 and not sure how to start again. What do? I don't like apps. Chris, I'm going to say this. Even if you don't like the apps, I would encourage you just to have them, because what it does is it tells your mind that there are plenty of women out there. I actually have a great video coming out about how to have the mindset that attracts women. Chris, I really encourage you to watch this video. I believe it's coming out next Monday. Really watch this video about the mindset. And this is why I say get on the apps, not because you're going to find your next wife there by any means. It could happen. But what I'm encouraging you with is so that you don't get trapped into a mindset of it's COVID, I'm locked in my house, and there are no women out there. I want you to come from a place of like abundance, that there are plenty of women out there. But Chris, so when I give this advice, like everyone has different restrictions because of COVID. But I'm going to say if there's a place where you can put yourself around people or groups where you can still actually meet, then put yourself out there. Put yourself, whether it's restaurants where people have outdoor seating, put yourself, or people going on, social distancing hikes. Are they doing art together? Find out what you actually enjoy doing and put yourself in those activities. Why do I say that? Because when you're in a state where you're actually enjoying yourself, it makes you more attractive to women, Chris. So when you're doing something that you're having fun with, women actually get to see your personality and who you are in that. So make sure that you're out doing activities that you can do in these times that actually bring you pleasure. Another thing that I have encouraged a client to do, and once again, it depends on your area and how you're conducting yourself. But if you can have a small, intimate dinner, and start inviting groups of friends over, like invite one friend and say, everyone has to bring someone, like a girl has to bring another girl, a guy has to bring another guy, so that singles can get together and meet one another. But get creative. But what you don't want to do is isolate yourself. And Chris, I would even venture to say, to take it a little bit further, most of my men that I've coached who have come through divorce have a lot of subconscious blocks. They have some internal blocks of meeting someone again that actually keeps them single and keeps women away from them. I would really encourage you you can you can schedule a time to do a private session with me to see if my coaching works for you. But I 100% believe that most men who've come out of divorce definitely have some blocks in terms of meeting another woman. I can put the link here. I haven't pulled it up, but I can definitely pull it up and share that with you, Chris. I don't know what your financial situation is or if you're able to afford coaching, but if you are, definitely do it. Save yourself the time. Don't beat your head against the wall trying to do it on your own and then getting on my YouTube live 5 years later and going, I'm still single. What should I have done? Well, you should have gotten some coaching and gotten past those blocks. So I will put that in the chat right here, right now. All right. Who else has a question? That was a great question, Chris. Thank you for that. Oh God, someone put this in and YouTube is hiding it, and I'm probably going to let it stay hidden, but it is kind of funny. Hello, Erica. One question. One question, please. Which is better, legal sex or illegal sex? It's the best sex is when you're choosing someone who actually chooses you back and gives their body to you. Then that's the best sex out there. Daniel says, no, she's not asking me to give her money. Well, that's a good sign. That's a really good sign. But I hope that my answer helped you. Oh, okay. Here is my guy, Navy retiree. Beautiful. Thanks a lot for serving us, Chris. We appreciate your service, my man. Sorry, it just jumped. Daniel, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. Mario says, I'm 30 days into NoFap, and it's incredible how chick magnet I've become. Okay, that's cool. Good to hear. Oh gosh, is smiling too much a turn off for women? I don't think so. I mean, a man who smiles, like women like this, but if you're smiling to be, it's not sincere, then yes, of course it throws people off because people can feel the energy behind the smile. Like, remember, we're all vibrational beings. So if you're smiling just to smile for the sake of smiling, but it's not coming like from you, people are going to be like, hey, what's this guy on? And what kind of a passive aggressive bullshit is this? Honestly, Elijah. So make sure that when you're smiling, it's like because you want to smile. It's not because you're trying to get a reaction. I think that smiling is a very positive quality to reinforce what an attractive man you are. But if you're doing it to get something and that's your mode of operation, then people are going to sniff that out. So just ask yourself, like, where's the smile coming from? I feel like there's another good question. This is such a great question. You know what? I love you guys. I love that I get to serve you guys in this capacity. I was just thinking about this before I got on. I was like, I'm just so grateful that I get to serve these men's hearts. Like, what an honor. What an honor that I get to speak into your life. I get to speak into the most holy place, which is your heart. And that's where the need for a woman comes from, is from the heart. And apparently we're biologically wired to need relationship. But the fact that you let me speak into something that I believe is the most precious thing in your life, which is your heart, not your bank account, not your home, your heart is the most important thing that you have. And the fact that you guys let me speak into that capacity in that container is a really deep honor. So thank you. Thank you for letting me do this. Clayton, great question, dear. How do I convince my girlfriend to not worry about me loving women? She's the only one I love. You know, typically when us women struggle with something like that, it's our own fear within ourselves of we don't trust ourselves. So what I would encourage you to do, Clayton, is to empower her on how she can start trusting herself again. Typically, when we get concerned about other women, it's because we've been abandoned. We've had a situation in our life that's really crippled how we see ourselves, our value in ourselves. So I would really start encouraging her to research on books and things that she can do to start trusting herself again. Because when we don't trust our partner is always a mirror of what's going on inside of us. So if I say, I don't trust you, what I'm inherently saying is I still don't trust me, is what we're saying. And so empowering her to trust herself. And also just, you know, when there's a beautiful woman, like, you don't have to lie and be like, that woman is beautiful, but boy, look at the woman that I have right next to me. I get to go home and make love to this beautiful woman every night. And that's such a beautiful way to reassure a woman. When you're making love to her, Clayton, be very verbal with her. Tell her how much you love her body, how much her body brings you pleasure. One thing that women really love to know is how we are impacting our men. So just being communicative of how she impacts you and what makes her different from other women. One, what I'm saying in the bedroom of when you're making love to her, how her body like affects you. And then two, wow, that like turns me on just thinking about it. It's such a, see, it works. I'm getting myself turned on here. Let her know how, like, when I'm in your body, like, you feel so tight. You feel beautiful. I love being inside of you. Like, you make me so proud as a man to be with you. Saying things like that to verbally affirm her will really help love that fear out of her, but really empower her to start doing some activities to start regaining trust of herself. This is a great question. Thank you. Yep, 34. I've not seen you here before. So thank you so much for showing up here and trusting me with this question. Arica, what do you mean by gaining respect from a woman? Who by valuing them? You know, at the end of the day, most men want women to respect them. A man wants to be respected because it shows his value. It's like, okay, I am showing up in the world. I have what it takes, which is why I tell all of you men at the end of every video, you have what it takes. I did not come up with that. It came from one of my favorite authors, his name is John Eldridge. And he says that the quest of a man is he wants to know, do I have what it takes? And so that is like the mission of a man. So when a man goes to war, he climbs a mountain, like that is him answering that internal quest inside of himself of, do I have what it takes? When a woman respects a man, she is reassuring that question inside of him that he carries on his heart. And she is saying, yes, you do have what it takes. And I respect you as a man. I applaud you as a man. I look up to you as a man. I trust you as a man. And so for a man, it doesn't make a man weak that he needs that woman, just like it doesn't make a woman weak like Clayton's girlfriend, who needs to have that reassurance of, I adore you. You impact me. You affect my life in a beautiful way. So that's what I mean. It's just a woman valuing her man and saying, like, I respect you your desires are important to me. Your needs are important to me. What you're going through inside, what you're thinking about, all of these things are important to me because I respect and value you. And so you gain that respect by showing up as an emotional warrior, as that alpha male who lives from his heart, who's able to communicate, who respects himself, who loves and values himself, who doesn't go through life trying to make everybody else happy, but understands that he has to make himself happy first. Someone says, how's the dating scene in Bali? You know, you have a lot of people searching here in Bali and trying to find themselves. And so when people are trying to find themselves, that's very interesting for dating. I also, I'll say this, there are a lot of beautiful men here, like people who live in Bali. Like, it takes a special kind of person to live in Bali, because Bali can sometimes throw you a lot of curveballs out here. And so it's a very healing place. It's a very spiritual place. So you meet a lot of beautiful men out here as well, with some with open hearts, but you also meet a lot of lost men who are still trying to find their way, which in some regards, we're all still doing that. We always will, because we're always evolving. Okay, Shane. Shane, I've not seen you here either, so welcome. Shane Pimchachahan. That's a cool name. Where are you from, Shane? Like your last name. I'm curious where your last name is from. He says, I'm 33 and I have not had a girlfriend or been on a date since I was 26, or I have sex since I was 20. I work 6 days a week, 2 p.m. to 12. I only see the same 20 people every day. I'm a chef in Nashville. Shane, two things. I'm always going to encourage, when it's a situation like this and there are years involved, I'm always going to say, reach out to me for some coaching, because when there's been years involved, there's something deeper that's going on. There's something that's not being resolved on the inside. There's something that we're not facing, that we're not confronting. And typically we can't confront things that we don't see. And so when you work with a coach like myself, it's to be able to see your blind spots and to go, this is how we work through your blind spots. So I would say, first and foremost, reach out for some coaching. That kind of length of period is very long, and I would say that there's something subconscious going on, and I'd love to be able to walk you through that. The second thing is this: if you're a chef in Nashville, which is a really cool place to live, as a chef there, I would encourage you to talk to your friends. People love chefs, and so you make people happy by cooking delicious meals for them. They're inherently feeling indebted to you. They want to make you happy. Start letting people know that you're single and that you're ready to meet someone, and allow people to set you up on a date. And you're in a perfect position to do that, because people inherently want to make you happy back, just as you made them happy with your food. So they're going to be happy to be able to help serve you and do this. But if you're not communicating that to people, then no one's going to be able to help you. And also, there's nothing like that third party validation of when a woman goes to meet you and someone says, oh, there's this chef, he's amazing, such a nice guy, I think you would really enjoy going out with this guy. There's nothing like that. Or saying, bring your girlfriends to my restaurant and come out to the table. Start telling them, bring your girlfriends here, going out to the table and introducing yourself as the chef. And it always makes people feel so special when the chef comes from the back and introduces himself to the table. So I'm Shane, I want you to start being more visible, and you can start being more visible right at your workplace. But I would say that since it's been so long, there's something inside that you're self-sabotaging with, and I would highly encourage you to reach out for some coaching. And yeah, like Caligula Bear says, don't wait, deal with it now. Absolutely. The longer you wait, the more it metastasizes and it just becomes more of a problem. Let's scroll some more. This is a great question. Hold on, wait, let me see. Sorry, it just starts scrolling. Down, and then it passes over a bunch of questions. Okay, oh, here's a really great question. Anti-Villain Wolf, he says, first time commenting. So hello, Arica. Anti-Villain Wolf, thank you so much for being here, and thank you for commenting. It's really nice. I get some clients that they say, I've never commented on any of your videos, but here I am. And it's really nice to be able to know you and connect with you here. So thank you, darling. You said first time commenting, so hello, my darling. I've been told that my neutral face looks like you want to fight someone. Any advice? Yeah, it's like the gentleman who said he smiles all the time. Like, people don't know us, so they can only read what we're showing them. So like, have you ever heard of the woman with like the resting bitch face where women just walk around like this? You know, I've even had men tell me, in which some women get really offended when men do this. I don't, unless like I'm in a serious mode, then I'm like, F off. But when a woman has a resting bitch face, it's just like this. And what that tells men is, don't approach me, leave me alone, which that's probably not even what she's thinking inside. I know when I've got a lot going on with my business and work, you know, sometimes I'm like in that zone, or I'm thinking about my loved ones or my family. Like, I can be in that zone and it puts people off. So anti-villain, what I want you to do is be conscious of that. When you're out and about, like, just put a smile on your face and just see what kind of response you get. A lot of times, even when I'm riding on the back of Andy's motorbike, I just smile at people. Well, now they can't see because I have a helmet that covers my mouth because they say these are more safe. Anyways, but when I'm walking or anywhere, I smile and wave just to see people's reactions. And it's so rewarding in itself just to see people's faces light up and smile back. So I want you to start practicing smiling at people and see the reaction that you get, because that inherently will make you feel good. And when something makes us feel good, we want to do more of it, like sex. So I hope that helps you out, my darling. But really put it into practice. Don't overanalyze it. Go out and start doing something different, because it's our actions, it's our habits that create a different paradigm for us. So I can't say your name, Sabovid. Any advice on dating a therapist, specifically a couples therapist? Oh, that's like me trying to give advice to a guy who wants to date me, like a dating coach. Oh, a dating relationship expert. Lachivison5 says, I want to take you on a date, actually. Okay, great. Come to Bali. There's a great restaurant in Seminyak I've been wanting to try out. I'm teasing. So Sabavid, I think that is a compliment in itself if this person is a healthy therapist, because obviously there are some therapists that are not healthy. There are some coaches that aren't healthy. So if she's healthy, that's a huge compliment to you. And so my advice with dating her is really make sure that you do your work on your own self. And what I mean by that is make sure that you are healing and feeling confident about you and facing yourself in the mirror, because it's going to require a man who has that capability to be able to be in a relationship. Typically therapists, coaches like myself, you know, we're always looking on how to better ourselves, how to evolve. And so when we're looking for a partner, we want a partner who's committed to the same path. So just by you being here, I applaud you, because that says that you're committed to your evolving. The fact that you're asking a question says that that's your path. I would really just ask you to challenge yourself of, how can I champion myself to continue to evolve for my own well-being? Because that inherently is going to make the relationship work better. Also, I would encourage you to not really focus so much on her work, because you know, when I'm on a date with someone or I'm talking to someone, the last thing I want to do is talk about my work, because it's my work. Make sure that you're as invested in getting to know her as a person. What I do for my work is not who I am. It's a big part of my life. It's a very important part of my life, but there's a lot more to me. So become an investigator, like, you know, the cartoon Inspector Gadget. Investigate who she is as a person. That's going to make her feel rewarded, because she spends her whole life listening to other people's problems. And so when someone goes, okay, that's what you do, but who are you? And making sure that you're committed to getting to know who she is as a person, that's really going to help your dating life with her significantly. I hope that helps you. Let's see. I'm going to take one more question. Okay, sorry guys, it just freezes up like here. Yeah, Shane, that's what I'm saying. There's something going on underneath. He says, I've been working on myself mentally and physically for the past year. I really need to get out there, but scared for some reason. Babe, really seriously, reach out to me for some coaching. I'm happy to help you walk through this. This is what my work is to help you find those blind spots that you just can't seem to get past. That's why we have coaches. This is my last question, and this is from Aaron Salentine. You guys, these are a bunch of new names here. So it's so nice to meet you guys. I'm grateful for all of you guys that come here consistently, like Brian and David and Caligula Bear and Ninja Wolf. I'm so grateful for you guys, and I'm very grateful for you new guys as well. So Aaron says, hi, I haven't dated in a year. The last woman I was with, I decided to go on a personal growth, and I think you're saying I departed. I feel like a strong emotional warrior. How do I introduce myself over text? Aaron, the best thing when a man disappears from a woman's life, it does create question marks in her life. And so if you just disappeared from her and you didn't give her any forewarning, this is what I would really encourage you to do. I would encourage you to definitely reach out to her and say, hey, it's me, Aaron. I hope that this finds you well. I have to tell you that the last time that you and I spoke, I really enjoyed getting to know you. And I just kind of slipped off and went on a personal growth journey to really improve myself as a man. And with that being said, I really would like to see you again. Is there a time that I can see you? I hope that helps. But basically, you want her to understand why you disappeared, because for some women, it's very hurtful, really was what it boils down to. It's super hurtful. And then a woman starts questioning herself, and really a lot of times the guy just had to go on his own personal journey. So make sure that you let her know why you disappeared. Let her know how she impacted you. That's always important. A woman wants to know how she impacts a man. And so tell her that you're grateful for that, and that it would really mean so much to you that now that you've gone on this journey, if you could have a moment of her time, take her out for a coffee, take her out for a dinner. So I hope that helps. Thomas says, today Arica's voice is very calming. Oh, that's very kind. Guys, I love you so much. Make sure that if you've never coached with me, that you do that. I have a self-coaching, my emotional warrior experience that you can do on your own, or you can work with me in another group coaching, and we can go on this journey together in a group format, or you can do it on your own. It's up to you. But guys, I love you so much. Please know that you're loved. I think that is something that right now, what's going on in the world, compassion is needed more than anything. Love is needed more than anything. And I know many of you men have reached out to me and said, just coming on your channel and hearing that you love me and that I'm loved is sometimes all the love I get. And so that stays with me. And so I want to say that like, you're so loved, and you may not be hearing that from anyone. This may be the only place that you're hearing that you're loved. And so right now, I just remind you that I love you very much. And I'm very grateful, very, very grateful that I get to serve your heart. It's an honor for me. I really do not take this lightly. I don't show up and go, oh, shit, I got to do another live Q&A, my lingerie. No, when I show up, my heart is, wow, I get to serve these men's heart. What an honor. What a deep honor. So I love you guys so much. Please share these videos with people. That would really, if you want to do something to help me out, please make sure that you share my videos with your friends. I'm almost at 80,000 subscribers, which is really exciting for me. I can't wait to get to 100,000. That's going to be really cool. So if you could share my work, that really helps me out a lot, and it lets more people know about my work, and I'm able to change more people's lives all through this beautiful platform called YouTube. So guys, be loved. Know that you're precious, you're valuable, and guess what? There is no one else on this planet like you. You're the only one. We only get one of you. So please take very good care of you. because we only get one of you. If you're just now joining, make sure that you watch this from the beginning, because chances are if someone asks a question, it's the same question that you're wanting answered. So make sure that you watch that. Thank you for your love and light, Krillis. I love you guys so much, and just know that you're valued. And I can't wait to see you again next week. You guys take care. Thank you so much. Bye.